How long have you been auctioning cars?
39 years now. Close on 40 years.
Crikey. Have you ever had a day off from Eastbourne Car
Yes,
Auctions?
I
Because
have.
I've been coming a good few years to Eastbourne Car Auctions and I don't ever remember seeing another auctioneer.
No, there hasn't been. I've had 3 days off in the 39 years I've been with you. Amazing.
What's the secret?
They don't make us like this anymore.
Okay, this is a bit of an off-the-wall question. What car do you drive?
BMW.
Which one?
Always a 3 Series. I had 16 3 Series, one after another.
Crikey. That is...
All-
So you obviously like them then?
I would have thought so. I've done over 1 million miles in 3 Series BMWs.
Have you?
Yeah,
There's a rumour that you used to race cars. Is that true?
that's true. Yes, I did. Yeah.
Did you race anyone famous?
Most famous, I think, Jonathan Palmer.
Yeah?
Jonathan Palmer started his career. Him and I diced it out in his first ever race.
Did you beat him?
No, he didn't. He beat me.
In his first
Yeah,
race?
in his first ever race.
Yeah, he was obviously set to do something with
He was
racing.
going
wasn't he?
places, Jonathan. He was a very quick driver, very quick. He went all the way to Formula One.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
Yes.
And then owned a few circuits, and that's a lucky chap.
Yes.
What's the most money that you've ever sold a car for? We'll put a hammer down to.
Around 400, just over 400,000. That was an F40 Ferrari.
How many cars do you think you sold to the nearest 1,000?
To the nearest 1,000, difficult, but I'm getting close to having sold 1 million cars in 39 years of auctioneering. I'm selling roughly 400 cars a week.
Do you ever buy anything at auction yourself?
Only the cars I drive.
Oh, so you do buy your own
I
cars?
buy my own car from an auction, yes I do.
So all these 3 Series have all been...
have all come out of an auction.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think the internet will end up making you redundant?
No, I don't think so, no. I think that the traders actually like a live audience.
Yeah.
And I think that in itself will keep us going, and I think that there's a lot more to come on the internet with car auctions. I think there's so much more to explore. I think we're just in beginnings of it now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. You must have eyes everywhere. Do you think you ever miss a bid?
Yes, I do from time to time. Obviously, over the years I have missed bids.
Yeah.
Try not to, but people do bid somewhat discreetly.
Yes. What's your favourite type of bid?
I think the best favourite type of bidder I've ever had is a gentleman who used to stand with his back to me, and when he turned around, he'd stop bidding. But he was only bidding when he turned his back to me.
That's interesting. Yes. That's a sneaky one for...
and that was to stop his friends knowing what he was buying.
That is very clever, I like that. When did you first become an auctioneer? So that was 39 years ago.
That was some 39 years ago. I actually qualified as an electrician. That was my job. I grew up in the days when you had to have a trade. So qualified as an electrician. Within about 2 to 3 years of being an electrician, decided that this wasn't for me.
No.
Cars was my love and had been since I was about 7 years of age. So moved off into cars. Got a job as a car salesman, and I think it progressed from there. Was sent off to a car auction one day with a car that we'd taken in part exchange. Loved what I'd seen, and started to get involved.
So you actually started selling cars in the showroom, and then thought, actually, I'd rather sell them on a rostrum.
We took a car in, and the people I was working for at the time suggested I should take it to an auction and sell it at an auction. So I arrived, and to me at the time it was marvellous because we had a sort of a start, a middle, and an end. I entered the car, hung around till it went through, got sold, came back, and the whole job had been done. And I loved the way that selling cars was. I really loved that side of it.
Yeah. And if you could change the way that cars get auctioned or sold at auction, what would you, with all your experience, you must have something you think, if we could do this, it would sell them better? Or...
I don't think I'd change it much. I mean, the internet's helped us enormously. I don't think I'd change it much. I'd like to specialise a little bit more. I'd like to do sports car auctions, just sports cars only. Would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'd change it much. Would like to sell new cars, overage new cars.
Yeah.
I think that would bring a great interest into the auction market.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. And when you retire, what do you think you'd like to do?
Well, do you know, I actually love doing this, and I really enjoy the people I work with. So it hasn't occurred to me.
It hasn't occurred to you. No. So you think you'll sort of retire and that? No. Well, you won't retire. That'll be it. You just
I love
carry
cars.
on. And,
it's part of my life.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right, well, Danny, thank you very much for that insight into your career and auctioning. Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Cheers.
Brilliant.
At 725 the first, 725 the second. Right, wrong, originally 725.